Alright guys, and welcome back to another episode of building a medieval fantasy world here in Minecraft. Yeah, this will be the first part where we are gonna start building the monastery, right? So I have already teased it a bit, or in a few episodes before. Then I got kind of like more precise that my goal, or my next goal in the medieval fantasy world will be to build a monastery, a medieval monastery. And yeah, this is probably the thing, or this is not probably, it is literally the thing we're gonna do here next. And obviously, I'm not really sure yet before we start here this project now and start building and so forth. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna finish it this year. As always, you guys know I have to kind of limit my time a bit since I'll do studies and work besides. So I'll have to find like space where I can do that, right? And so, excuse me. And so therefore we have to or I have to address the time a bit and then see how we are able to make progress. But obviously, yeah, I will do this project next. And also another point for, if I'm not sure if I finish this in this year, is mainly the reason that this project is actually also quite big again. I didn't really expect it to be that big, but it is big because of several reasons actually. So first of all, you can probably compare it to like half of the city maybe in sort of the size I want to build it, right? The size of the city was actually already quite big, and I have a few things I would like to add to the monastery as well. Obviously, like part of the whole monastery life I want to focus on, but also like buildings and things who are accompanying the monastery build. And for the monastery build, I actually have quite a specific task in mind, which I would like to show you to in a second. So we're gonna set on into the world, and as you can see, we're currently standing right. As you can see, the city in its full glory, or town. I probably would call it city since it's, or in my opinion, pretty big. And you guys remember there we got the wheat farm and the cows, and then we have this river across here where I plan to build eventually the castle up there, right? Eventually, but obviously not yet. And then if we're turning around, we have here a sort of first layout of the monastery. And I also, flattened the area here a bit because obviously I didn't know how big it will be. But, I did, as you can see, obviously prepare for that reason various things. But before we go into it, I would like to give you guys a overview on how like the proportions are looking. And yeah, just to give you guys also an overview about the area here, we have some small hills. So I kind of would like to build the monastery besides those hills, and then eventually get an access to the sea there. But yeah, we will see. And as you can see already, guys, over there we got the big church, right? This is kind of like the main church, or yeah, the church, or cathedral maybe even, who will stand there. And then we have all around here kind of like my inner monastery life for the monks, or even nuns, who knows, right, who are living here praying and working. Ora et labora, right, in Latin. For this layout, I actually did follow, I'm gonna go back up again to give you guys some, while I talk here, and we have the sunset. Sunset. Sun is going down here, and I did plan this out with actual various sources, and as you guys know, I studied history, and I love to, or one of my major topics or favorite topics is the medieval, obviously since this world is focusing on medieval world. But I honestly do not really know that much about cloister or monastic life, since we never really had any chance in at university to study it. So obviously I lack information on that, but I still managed to find out a few things. And obviously my first source is a actual pretty medieval or medievalish plan of a cloister or a monastery here in Switzerland. And this plan is actually original, or dates originally back into the early Middle Ages. So, and if I'm not mistaken, it is one or not even the oldest plan of a cloister slash monastery. So that is actually super sick. And this plan, you know, you can actually see what kind of buildings they had for the monastery, what where the people live, where the monks prayed, where they worked. Then we obviously have like external working spots to sort of like make sure the monastery is running. So, you know, for example, we have a masonry, we do have tool makers, we do have I don't know, tinkers, we do have maybe bricks, you know, creator of stone bricks or clay bricks or whatever, and so forth. So a lot of things you need for the monastic life. Then you also had gardens, you had vineyards, you had, I don't know, hop gardens, you had herb gardens, maybe even animals, who knows, right? So there is a monastery is sort of like a pretty big, in like small term, a pretty big, how do you call it? Like a pretty big, world, or a micro world, where a lot of economic interests are coming in, social aspects and cultural, and then obviously the religious part of it as well, part of life as well. And so I would like to cover that here. And, you know, we're gonna do this, or I plan to do this in a specific way, I guess. I kind of would give you guys sort of like a process of building the monastery, not only with just building it, but also building the needed resources and tool makers and so forth to get the monastery running. But what do I mean with that? So I plan to do, for example, if we know that the monastery will be built out of clay, or, you know, for example, we have a clay roof, or we have stone bricks, that we need to build a clay you know, a clay producer here, or a clay brick producer over there, right? Who is gonna burn the clay and build actual bricks and so forth. The same with stone. So we're, for example, gonna build a mine or something somewhere around here, so that we can see, oh yeah, stone is getting transported, so we can start to build. Or we could say, yeah, let's just get maybe somewhere. Oh, I do. By the way, I do not have any sound. Sorry, guys. Wait, did I? Can't really be. I should have rain sound, but anyway, it's fine. And you know, so we're gonna kind of like connect certain oh shit. I didn't sleep for a while, right? Oh shit. Oh god. Now I hear the rain. Interesting. Hopefully I can go into bed in time. The hell out of here. But yeah, so as you guys put these back. As I was saying, right? So we're trying to kind of like connect the building process with the needed materials, right? and to also kind of like in the long term, right, make sure that a cloister is not only running with just the usual buildings in it, but also like with, like I said earlier, manufactories who were accompanying the life of the monastery, right? So, yeah, I will build these probably also here somewhere or around the monastery, or who knows, right? To kind of like make it a bit more immersive as a whole. So that will be my plan. I'm not sure yet if I can just fully do it, right? It depends a bit, but that would be my goal. And obviously over here, just as we are already here, before I'm gonna show you what I do actually want to build here in the monastery, we have here already running the clay bricks manufacturers, which is coming along pretty nicely, and yeah, we can make more progress there. But yeah, so first of all, the middle part is kind of like the most, or the heart of it, is the cloister here itself, where I plan to do sort of like a space where you can, where it's like a contemplation room. By the way, I've just noticed that we aren't. Wait, are we? No, we aren't, right? It should go up to here, I just noticed. I need to fix that. And then, around here you have like the walkway, right? You can walk around here. Then in the inner circle we have like just flowers, leaves, and just places to spend time, even some small garden, who knows. Then we have over here the sleeping room / library. I will build a sleeping room here and the library for the monks. Then here we have probably a guard room or a guest house, so if people are come to visit, or we have guards to kind of protect the monks, right? Especially when this area is maybe a bit hostile. Then we have a dining hall here and the clothes store, so where the monks are storing their clothes. And then obviously like a dining room / eating room. Then we got, what do we got here? The storage room, yes, maybe a brewery and more. Obviously storage room is pretty important. Then we're gonna add like a brewery, but that depends a bit if I plan to do a hop garden, or maybe so, because another thing would be to build a vineyard. Honestly, we don't really have like herbs or any hops in this game, so I will probably go and use the berries, the glow berries, or the red berries. Who knows? But we'll see. So this place is not yet set in stone. I'll still need to think about that one. And then we have kind of like a small room here where we do some section which is separating the area of living of the monks from the church itself, because this will be the church here. And yeah, that's kind of like adds the most to it, I think. But what I would still like to see, guys, I think I fucked it up a bit, right? So here, it's not entirely in the middle, I just noticed. So, if we're gonna stay here, it should probably be more like one more block into this area here, right? Yeah. And then it should be fine. But I will manage to deal with that. But yeah, this is kind of all what I did so far. I hope you guys do enjoy that sort of layout. Obviously, not everything is set in stone here. And as always, you can still tell me what I should add, maybe change things up, maybe do new things as well, add things. So let me know in the comments, let me know what you think of the layout. And everything besides that, monastic garden will be built around here. So for example, I plan to build, like I said, a vineyard. Then I'll try to build a garden area, right, where the monks are making their own crops and so forth. Then we have working places, not only for monks itself, but also more importantly for people outside. For example, you know, not like peasants, but maybe commoners who are coming from another village or something to work here, um, or from the city itself. Who knows? So we have a lot of options here. I'm really looking forward to build this or start building it. And obviously the first few parts, or you probably will not see a lot of progress. I will probably focus first on the middle here section, but it depends a bit. I also need to find a way of sort of building this, because I have literally no clue how I want to build it, right? Since I don't really have a lot of inspirations, or I obviously have some pictures in mind, like I said, blueprints or construction plans, or then obviously pictures, historical pictures slash drawings from the Middle Ages. Then also, I'm from Switzerland, so like I said earlier, so therefore we also have sort of historical analogies we could use here and nowadays still. So I kind of like mix those together and build the monastery out of this experience I have put together sort of over the time. But yeah, this is still kind of like a time where I need to experiment a little bit how I want to build it. I'm not even sure yet with which block and so forth. So this is still sort of kind of like all work in progress. Also, but you can see I will definitely use the clay bricks, and I also did farm. I have more clay around here if needed. I also have. Where is it, guys? I also did farm a lot of like mud bricks, which we then can burn actually. But hold up, where is it? Yeah, here. So we can also burn this and use it as a brick. But yeah, obviously first I need to kind of fix on, kind of like concentrate on what kind of blocks I want to use and so forth. So this is still also a thing I'll need to do. Then down here, the last thing is just a small thing, but I found randomly down here a zombie spawner with, where we can farm zombies and repair tools and so forth, which is very cool and comes in handy quite a lot. I'll just need to make sure that we can connect these then later with the monastery itself. Yeah, but here you can just, farm materials. Very cool. Yeah, that's kind of like it. This episode will be a bit longer, obviously. But yeah, that has obviously its reason, since it's sort of like an introduction. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. The next episode we are gonna be probably a bit more precise, or I can be a bit more precise where it will go. Maybe I can already even show you guys some buildings, or one building or so. But yeah, that in time. I hope you guys like this episode. Let me know what you think. Leave a sub, a like, or follow. Would appreciate it a lot. But yeah, after this episode, I can already wish you all the best for for the time being. And I hope you guys are gonna join in for the next episode. See you guys there. Take care, and thank you guys for watching.